Good morning, Algebra. I hope you got the Cami add-on added to your Chrome browser. If you didn't, go back and watch the second video I posted yesterday. It's a video entitled Cami Workaround. For whatever reason, they have disabled your ability to download things from the Chrome store. But if you follow the little workaround steps that I posted, it should install okay. If not, let me know if you're having issues, please. So what I wanted to do today was to show you guys how to graph a quadratic function. Now, graphing a quadratic function is very similar to graphing a linear function. It's just that the math is a little more complicated and the end result, it doesn't look the same at all. But I think we can get through this pretty successfully. So the big thing that you need to get out of this is that a quadratic function looks different. It is more of a U shape. And the reason that graph turns around and kind of doubles back on itself, hopefully you'll see here in a minute when we actually get to evaluating these things. But for the majority of the ones that we do, it's either going to be a U shape up or kind of an upside down U shape. So the first one, sorry my words got cut off here, but what you're looking at is f of x, our little f of x notation that we've been using recently. The f of x equals x squared. So you go through and you evaluate your function 5 different times just for x squared. So take your value, plug it in, square it. Make sure on your calculator that you're throwing the parentheses around these numbers. That's going to be -2 squared. Not if you just type in -2 squared, your calculator is going to kick out -4, but the result should be +4. And go through, evaluate each of these. So -1 squared is 1, and then 0, and then 1, and then 4 again. Now, the reason this graph kind of curves back on itself is right here, the fact that I've got some repeated values. So they're at different x's, so those points are spread out left and right, but they're at the same y value so that they're the same distance up. So when I go to graph these, go to your little drawing tool. I'm going to go with a little bit thicker line. I think 4 works pretty nice for graphing these things, and I'm going to graph my 5 points real quick. So -2, 4 is there. -1, 1 is there, 0, 0, and then 1, 1, followed by 2, 4. Now, if you go back and look at these examples, these were graphed by some sort of calculator. They're nice and curvy. We're going to have a hard time doing that. If you want to try and sketch these out using the trackpad on your Chromebook, feel free. I've not had success doing that. That's one of the reasons I'm pushing using this Cami app, because it allows us to draw nice sharp lines. Now, there's probably a million math teachers out there that would disagree with me asking you to do this, but for this sake of argument here, we're going to draw lines to do this. So I'm going to basically connect the dots. And this one, I'm going to shoot this one on up because that's really what a quadratic does, is it kind of goes on like a line. It goes on forever. It's just going to go on forever in 2 directions. So these look a little sharp where they really shouldn't. They should be a nice curve. I just don't think the curves are easy to pull off using your Chromebook. If we were, say, in like an Algebra 2 class or something a little more advanced, I may have you guys using a graphing calculator, which there are graphing calculator programs out there that we could use. I just don't think it's really necessary for this level. But just keep in mind, these things are curved. They're not sharp and pointy like this. So I'm going to go through and evaluate this. I'm going to go back to the other tool. I've got 5 squared. It's still green. Minus 6 times 5 plus 10. Go through and evaluate these. If you need help with that, go back and watch the video that I posted last week. So evaluating this one, this is 5, and then on down the line, 2, 1, 2, 5. You should see some repetition in these. That's why they curve back and kind of go backwards. So graphing these, 5, 5 is up here. 4, 2 is there. 3, 1 there. And then 2, 2. And 1, 5. So go back to your line tool. Again, I'm sure people will disagree with that, but I'm the one teaching your class. So you're basically just playing connect the dots here. Do the best you can. If you would rather, we can look into doing a graphing calculator program, and you can take screenshots and send those to me. But for what we're doing, I'd say that this is going to be good enough. Tomorrow, we're going to look at some things that we can do to kind of tweak these U shapes and make them kind of skinnier, or maybe turn them upside down. But that'll be tomorrow.